The city of Chicago has been blessed with many championship teams in its sports history.
The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Hungry Chicago, finally champions on this January day in New Orleans.
He throws. Out! A White Sox winner and a world championship.
Tonight we celebrate another one.
It's it! The Hawks win the Stanley Cup!
It's Black Hawk Night here on the South Side, where the White Sox will welcome in another team synonymous with winning, the New York Yankees. It's White Sox baseball and Lord Stanley's Cup, next on Comcast Sportsnet.
From the city beautiful, Chicago, Illinois, Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Konerko, Alex Rios, Gordon Beckham and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Derek Jeter and the 27-time world champion New York Yankees. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrelson as we get set to bring you the first of this three-game series. As you know, the Orioles in town last night. Sox beat them 8-0. Sox come in 11 games over at 69-58, still 3.5 games back in Minnesota. But tonight on the bump for us, Freddie Garcia.
Freddie Garcia going to the mound, hoping to reverse a trend that he's had, which is a couple of good games, a couple of bad games. And this is a big game tonight. It's a big game, Freddie, and hopefully tonight he'll be able to keep the ball in the ballpark against a very strong New York team. A.J. Burnett goes to the mound. He's 9-11, but the thing about Burnett, he leads the league in allowing stolen bases. Juan Pierre should be off to the races, and it should be a great one.
Guess what night it is. All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
Picture from the summer Rocky Wirtz and Governor Pat Quinn with officers from the USO at the state capitol earlier this month, enjoying a moment with hockey's holy grail. Hey everyone, Sarah Cusack with you. Welcome into U.S. Cellular Field. I am joined by a very special guest, one of the three keepers of the cup, Walt Newbrand. Walt, sounds like a serious title. Can you describe what this job entails?
Basically, we just have to get the cup to where it has to go, make sure nobody does anything silly with it, and provide public relations.
You were able to hang out with some of the Hawk players on their day with this cup earlier this summer. Who were some of the guys that you were with?
We took it all through Europe. I had Brian Campbell, Jordan Hendry, Brian Bickle, Christopher Stieg, and a bunch more.
What were some of your favorite moments from those trips?
I must say the Eiffel Tower with Cristobal Huet was just unbelievable. I don't think I'd ever get there again. We took it up to the Trenčín Castle in Slovakia. Beautiful castle dating back to 13th century. It was great. Those are the two highlights that stick out for me.
Well, what's a prototypical day like for these players when they do have their day with the Stanley Cup?
A lot of guys take it back to their hometowns, wherever they grew up. They want to, pay back the community wherever they played minor hockey. They'll take it to a hospital. Some take it to a cemetery to honor a deceased family member, and then they have a party at night.
You have been at this for 14 years. Does the thrill of being with the Stanley Cup ever wear off?
I try not to let it. It's a great honor. I never want to let it take it for granted. I'm very honored and happy to bring it to Chicago. The people here have been great, and the organization's been fabulous. I can't thank everybody enough.
All right, well, thanks so much for spending some time with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
It is the start of a big night. The New York Yankees are in town. Freddie Garcia squaring off against A.J. Burnett. Hawk and Stoney have the call coming up in just a few moments right here on Comcast Sportsnet.
Take a look at how the Yankees are going to line up tonight. Here's a look at Joe Girardi, and for the Yankees, it's going to be Gardner, Jeter, and Teixeira, with Cano hitting cleanup, Swisher, Posada, Granderson, Cervelli, and Pena playing third and hitting ninth. The defense and how they'll line up behind Freddie is Pierre Rios and Quinton left to right, with Vizquel, Ramirez, Beckham, and Konerko. A.J. Pierzynski behind the plate, and the Toyota starting pitcher, Freddie Garcia. Freddie is 24th start, looking for his 11th win. It's a beautiful night for baseball. 78 degrees, 56% humidity, wind out of the south, 8 to 12 miles an hour. It will be a factor tonight, and it is beautiful. The umpires for the game tonight: Alfonso Marquez behind the plate, Tim Timmons at first, Tim Sheeta at second, Bob Davidson is at third. So with the first place Yankees in town and the Sox 3.5 games in back in Minnesota, we are ready to play baseball, and I'm ready to turn over to my play-by-play partner, Hawk Harrelson.
All right, Stone Pony, thank you very much. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet, game one of this 3-game series. So happy you could join us. And Freddie Garcia gets set to face Brett Gardner. Gardner hitting at 283, 5 homers. He's driven in 39. First pitch of the ball game taken up high, I guess. Yankees come in at 78 and 49, hitting at 268 as a club. Now Marquez and AJ having some words, and Ozzie says, "What's up?"
Well, it's one pitch into the game, and already there seems to be a discrepancy as to where that strike zone is going to be. Alfonso saying that he doesn't want to hear it, and Ozzie is saying, "Hold on for a second." I think my catcher just might have mentioned that he thought it was a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, if I can belt high right down the middle, you know it's ball. If you do, it's a strike.
What's the man you want to keep off base because he's the speed on this team, and he will run 35 stolen bags.
There's a strike, and the count 1-1. This is the 4th meeting of the year between these two clubs. In the first 3, the Yankees won 2 of them up in the Bronx. And there's a strike, and the count 1-2. Yankees 36 and 27 on the road. They're tied with Tampa Bay for the top spot in the East. That pitch is downstairs. And here at beautiful US Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line. 335 down the right field line. 375 in the gap, send 400 straight away center.
Play Gardner around toward left center field. The big gap in right center.
Uh-oh. That's tough.
No reason for Freddie to throw that one, and it's going to cost him 2 bases.
Gardner can fly, so the base hit and the 2-base error.
You got to realize that Gardner is probably the fastest member of the Yankees, and once he hits it off the plate, you've got no chance at first base, and the only thing you can do is make a mistake. And that ball well wide of Paul Konerko, who had no chance at it. So now we see Gardner at third with nobody out. You can't bring the infield in. You got to try to stay out of the big inning, and now you trade the out for the run.
Well, you made a mistake right here. You just forget about the man at third and try to get the hitters. That's all. No sense in getting down right off the bat. It was a bad play, a mental mistake by Freddie, more so than a physical mistake. So here's Jeter hitting at 275, 10 homers. He's driven in 58. Can't get it upstairs. Jeter 9 for 34 lifetime against Garcia. And of the 9 hits, he has 2 homers.
Derek Jeter has one of the best inside-out strokes in the major leagues. He can take an inside pitch to right field at will.
And that is a souvenir right side. So very quickly the count 0-2. Outfield playing Jeter around to the right as they should. Vizquel back and well off the line at third. 27-time world champion New York Yankees. Alex Rodriguez on the DL. He will not play in this series. As the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to shortstop. And that's out number 1.
Pretty good at bat for Jeter because he took a breaking ball low and away, realizing with the infield back, all he had to do to drive in a run was hit a ground ball, and that's exactly what he did.
If you watch that swing, if he tries to turn the head of the bat over and hit it hard, he's going to probably hit a little ground ball like he did, but he didn't turn the head of the bat over. That ensured the ball would be up the middle.
Just a very good at bat, a situational at bat.
Teixeira. 1-1 to count to the 30-year-old switch hitting first baseman. Teixeira hitting at 259, 28 homers and 91 knocked in. Last year, Teixeira at 292 with 39 homers and drove in 122.
He's got big power. He's been a better hitter this year from the right side. And if you pencil it out, although it's 19-9 left-handed to right-handed, in the home run department. He's a better hitter right-handed.
Broken bat, pop up. Omar, 2 down. Well, here in batting practice, almost got the concourse out there underneath the Miller Light sign.
The power's not a problem for the young man.
No, distance is not his problem. It's width.
Especially in the ballpark that he plays in, because it is a left-hand hitter's paradise.
This guy here is just a tremendous player. Robinson Cano, the cleanup hitter. With Rodriguez being out, he's hitting .322, 25 homers, 87 driven in. Just 27 years old. Last year hit .320 with 25 homers and knocked in 85. And that pitch off the plate, and the count 2-0.
There you take a look at the year of Robinson Cano. It's been spectacular. The top 10 in every one of those departments in the American League. And he's played a great defensive second base.
Out and around that one, turned the head of the bat over, but they get the unearned run. And after having to play us, the Yankees won in the good guys coming to bat.
Juan Pierre leading off, then Vizquel, Rios, and Paul Konerko hitting cleanup. Quentin, Pierzynski, Ramirez, Marti in the DH, and Gordon Beckham playing second and hitting ninth. The defense behind Burnett, Gardner, Grandison, and Swisher left to right, with Pena, Jeter, Cano, and Teixeira. Behind the plate is Francisco Cervelli. And there's a look at our Toyota starting pitcher, and it is A.J. Burnett. On for his 26th start. ERA up there. Very vulnerable to the stolen base.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours, as here's Juan Pierre hitting at .281 a homer. He's driven in 35. Takes first pitch strike from the 33-year-old right-hander. And at 6'4", 230 pounds. Very deliberate, spends a lot of time over the rubber, and that pitch is down low.
Had a 5-year contract that runs through 2013. Last year, 13-9 for these Yankees, but the year before his free agent year, 18-10 for Toronto.
And that's a fair ball right down the line. So he's turning it on. He's going to give it a go. He will get there.
I think it's going to be a double.
Fan interference?
I believe it will be, and that's a bad break, because if the fan left it alone, that would have been a triple.
Dadgummit.
You can't touch a ball in play. That fastball low and down the middle, and Juan takes it right down the line. Now you see what the guard does. He gets out of the way, and for whatever reason, he touches a ball in play.
So here is Omar. Takes it up high.
Now Cervelli is a great catch it and throw it guy, but Burnett is so slow to the plate that Juan Pierre will have a very good shot at stealing third.
All right, Omar. 2-0 the count.
Burnett has had 6 games where he's given up no runs and 8 games where he's given up at least 6 runs. So he's been anything but consistent this year.
And that's outside.
Alex Rios in the on-deck circle waiting for his opportunity. Talking with Joe Girardi about Burnett, he said fastball location is what's done him in this year.
And the 3-0 pitch. There's one.
There's a look at Joe, who changed his number from 27 to 28, anticipating the 28th World Championship.
3-1 pitch to Vizquel. That'll get the job done. They're going to wave him around. Swisher knows better. He'll just pick it up, and this game is tied at 1. Omar, one of the best in the business at this.
Well, it's a great way to start because this is a fastball sinking away, and Omar had just one thing in mind, and that was hit the ball to the right side. At the very least, he was going to move Pierre to third base, but he found the hole, and he drove in run number 24.
And here's Alex, hitting at .292, 18 homers. He's driven in 73. Lays off the breaking pitch. Outfield for the most part straight up. Bit of a gap out there in right center. And Pena way back and way off the line at third. Alex takes a strike to even the count.
Ramiro Pena is a terrific defender at third base. He's not going to hit a whole lot, but tonight he's out there for his defense.
Big pitch right here, the 1-1. And that's pulled, chop foul. 1-2, the count. Burnett out of Moncton, Maryland. Has a sign. There goes Omar. He will steal it. Cervelli could not find the ear zone.
Well, that ball was up and in to Rios, and Omar picked a very good pitch to run.
So 2-2.
And Vizquel swipes his 7th base of the year.
Got him. So a big out.
He freezes him with a breaking ball. And when Burnett is right, he's got a late breaking, very good curveball.
That was also Omar's 396th career stolen base. And here's Konerko. Probably hitting at .315, 31 homers. He's driven in 88. That's off the corner. Pauly, 3 for 11 lifetime off Burnett. Another 3 hits. One of them stayed in the park.
Well, this is an unusual outfield set in that the guy you don't want to run on is the man in the left field, and that's Brett Gardner. He gets to the ball quickly, doesn't have an overpowering arm, but he's very accurate.
That's 2 balls, no strikes. Well, he's got the catbird, Steve.
There's a look at Gardner, who...
He doesn't have an overpowering arm, but it's a little better than average.
It's accurate, and because of his speed...
Then it makes it really good.
He gets to it real quickly.
The 2-0 pitch. Made a good pitch on him in the outside part. 2-1. Good job by Paulie Nutt to chase that one. Checks it up. 3 balls and a strike. Don't help him out. Carlos Quentin on deck. Long look in. Cano hanging out around second. Now moves back. And there's a base hit. Omar had to wait and see, so they'll have to hold Vizquel. Runners at the corners and 1 out. So with 1 out, runners at the corners, let's check out our picks to click. And you at home can play. All you got to do is tune in to the Felco pregame live, look at Ozzy's lineup, and then click on. Tonight, Sox fans watching at home, they voted for Alex Rios. Mike Leary, our producer, and the crew, well, they're going with Gordon Beckham. Stone Bunny's going with A.J. Pierzynski. And a magnificent 7. Like Mazza, Pete Catazone, all the guys. We're going to go with Paul Konerko. So here's Carlos.
Some pretty impressive numbers when you're hitting just 239, 24 and 79 in the power numbers.
First ball fastball, that one at 96. Burnett making his 26th start.
The infield is bunching him up the middle. They're giving him a hole on each side. That was a very good play by Cervelli.
Trying to pull an AJ right there.
Well, Burnett has 11 wild pitches to far and away lead the staff in that department, and that was very close to number 12.
1 out, 1-1 to count. Checks it up.
Well, for some reason, Carlos Quentin pointed to first base to Tim Timmons. You don't like to see a hitter wanting to get an appeal. No, Carlos, you don't ask the ump to appeal it because there's a good chance he's going to say you swung.
Adrian Beltre shot right there. That was a big pitch. And he fouls that one off, so the count hangs at 1-2. Bit of a gap out there in right center. Granderson shaded just a step or two over towards Gardner in left. Stay on top of him. Carlos right here, buddy. And that's out of play.
Omar's going to be coming down the line knowing that if Burnett goes to his wipeout pitch, which is a breaking ball in the dirt, It's a good chance he's going to get by Cervelli.
Omar comes down that line all the time. He is a terrific base runner. He is on top of it. Has he made some mistakes? Sure, everybody has when you're aggressive like he is.
Not too many, though.
Not too many at all.
And also he realizes that Pena is playing very deep at third base. You can take your secondary lead as far as that third baseman is away from the bag, and he's way in back of the bag.
The 2-2 pitch. Chops that one foul.
Nice job of staying alive by Carlos on a very difficult 2-2 pitch. Got that ball just before it dove low and away.
This will be the 26th pitch with one out here in the bottom of the first. Down ball, base hit. Thank you very much. Omar scores, and it's 2-1 Sox. Don't stop now, boys.
RBI number 80 for Carlos Quentin. And with Jeter playing up the middle, this is at straightaway shortstop. See where he is. Look at the hole that's left. Normally, that's a 6-4-3 double play, but because of the defense, because both Jeter and Cano were playing up the middle, Sox have the lead.
That is just a terrific at bat. By Quentin after falling behind 1-2. So here's AJ. Hitting at 254, 6 homers. He's driven in 40. Takes ball one. AJ has faced Burnett 17 times, has 3 hits, all of which have stayed in the park. Outfield playing everybody about the same. Little gap out there in right center. Swung around to the left. And that's trouble. That's down into the corner. There comes Carlos. He's digging. He's being waved around. Konerko scores. He overthrows a cutoff man. Quentin scores. And the Sox lead at 4-1 on the double by A.J. Pierzynski. Mercy. Don't stop now, boys.
RBI's 41 and 42 as AJ takes this ball into the corner. And Nick Swisher airmails the first cutoff man, and that takes any chance of getting Carlos Quentin out of the occasion. Jeff Cox is waving him around when he sees that relay and where it's going. And no chance to get him at the plate. A great first inning.
So here is Alexei. Pick him up. Alexei at 288, 14 homers, 54 knocked in. Ball hit hard. Look at the play by Pena. Wow. Taking a base hit away from him.
We talked earlier about the glove of Ramiro Pena at third base. And this ball was hit like a bullet. He was playing in to try to take the bunt away, still able with his quick reflexes to make that play.
It'll bring up Mark Teahen hitting at 275, 4 homers. He's driven in 20. Takes low ball one. Boy, just a very static Yankee outfield. Everybody played the same. Right-handed or left-handed. And that's outside 2-0 with Beckham on deck.
Well, in order to do a lot of shifting, you have to have a pitcher who has a pretty good idea about where he's throwing the baseball. And A.J. Burnett doesn't have very good location with the fastball. And it's really come back to haunt him here in this first inning.
And the count 3-0. Four, 5-1 for our guys, 1-1-0 for their guys. Just tuning in, Yankees an unearned run in the top of the first. And that's ball 4. So that will load him up for Beckham. Gordon hitting at .253, 9 homers. He's driven in 46. Checks it up. Marquez does not ask for help, says he went around.
Good curveball. Starts him off with it. Gets the swing.
And that fastball at 95 fouled away right side. So now Gordon's got to cinch it up and hunker down. 0-2 the count.
Gordon Beckham started out very slowly. And lately, he's really heated it up as Sergio Mitre starts loosening in the bullpen. Speaking of heating it up.
The 2-strike hitter. AJ at second. Mark T in at first. They moved some on Beckham. Big gap out there in left center. As he gets him, but some damage is done. They put a crooked number up on that board. We'll go to the second, leading 4-1.
A, the Stanley Cup, B, the Lombardi Trophy, C, the Larry O'Brien Trophy, or D, the Commissioner's Trophy. Text A, B, C, or D to 53695. Stick around for the U.S. Cellular White Sox postgame live for final results, or visit csnchicago.com. And there they are.
Boy, I'll tell you, that's unreal. 25 years. They had all 4 of those from the same city. Awesome. As here's Nick Swisher. Takes first pitch strike. Swish at 291. 22 homers. He's driven in 70. Off down to the bat. Breaking ball.
That was the extra slow breaking ball.
That is out number 1. So that'll bring up Posada, hitting at 257, 16 homers. He's driven in 47. And coming up in the 3rd inning will be Coach Q, Quinville, sitting in for an inning with us. Posada, 3 for 17 lifetime off Freddie. Takes ball 1. And that's out of play left side.
Posada, another one of the switch hitters in the lineup. He's been considerably better from the right side this year. 288 right-handed as opposed to just 238 left-handed.
And Minnesota later on out on the West Coast will be taking on the Mariners. Baker against Vargas. It's Safeco. That pitch is fouled back. So 2-2.
Last thing the Yankees want to do is get to that bullpen early, because starting tonight they've got 13 straight. After 3 here, they go home for a homestand. 4 against Oakland, a pretty good pitching staff. You don't have any off days coming up. Last thing you want to do is empty your bullpen on the first game after a day off, which they had yesterday.
2-2 pitch. Yankees with that 78-49 mark.
But in a tremendous battle with Tampa Bay, who has the same record.
Checks it up, full count. Good job by Posada not to chase that one. And the payoff pitch. Ball hit hard. Nice by Gordon. 2 down.
That was a pretty tough play, as one hopper with a lot of steam on it chased Gordon back, but he knows he's got plenty of time with Posada running, and he throws him out easily.
That'll bring up Granderson. Curtis at 249, 14 homers. He's driven in 41. Last year with the Tigers at 249 with 30 homers and knocked in 71. Two and 0 the count.
Granderson hurt his leg just right after we left town last time we were in New York, and he said he wasn't right till just before the All-Star break, but lately he's been swinging the bat a whole lot better.
Freddie asked if that pitch was outside. And the count 3-0. So the 2-out walk. And here's that pitch that Freddie was asking about. So here's Savelli. Francisco hitting at 239. No homers. He's driven in 32. Gap out there in left center. Anderson. 10 for 11 in stolen bases. Yankees have 77 stolen bases. Sox have 118. Yankees have 156 home runs. We have 146. Yankees hitting at 268. Sox hitting at 269. Yankees with a 3.86 team ERA. Sox with a 3.96. Yankees have had, talking to some Yankee people prior to the game, some just stellar defensive play from that infield.
Well, they've got the second best defense in the league. Only one error behind Minnesota.
Pretty good lead by Granderson. He does not go, and that pitch blowing away. And a reminder, prorated White Sox season ticket plans are still available for the remainder of the season, and fans that purchase the final 16 games and place a deposit towards 2011 will receive the opportunity to purchase 2010 postseason tickets. So call 312-674-1000 or visit WhiteSox.com. 1-1 pitch.
We saw Joey Cora giving the signs to AJ. If he wants him to go over to first base. Freddie's not difficult to run on. But if you hold the ball, it makes it much more difficult on a base runner.
Don't need any more walks, Freddie. Especially from the lower third of the order. Three and one.
Granderson was leaning towards second base the last time.
There he takes off. He's got a big lead. Meanwhile, Academic, that's a count for him. Alex is there, makes the catch. That'll retire the side after an inning and a half. It's 4-1. Good guy. And as this is Chicago Blackhawk night. A lot of Blackhawk paraphernalia, some beautiful jerseys. To me, this is probably the prettiest jersey in all of sports, as you see. Brian Campbell kissing the cup at an Alice Cooper concert. That cup weighs 45 pounds.
More than Alice. I played golf with him. He has a 10-wood that he uses on 150-yard holes. A 10-wood.
It's the top of the order. Juan Pierre, who doubled to lead off the bottom of the first, right down the right field line. Would have been a triple, but for fan interference. One and one to count. Well, they got sets of clubs right now, all woods. Sand wedges, sand wedge wood, L wedge wood, pitching wedge wood.
Kerry Wood?
No, he's with the Yankees here. And there, he does not get it by him. If he does, it's a base hit. But he didn't, so that's one out. That'll bring up Omar. Omar got a base hit to knock in his 24th run. And then picked up his 7th stolen base, number 396 of his Hall of Fame career. And that is foul. And a reminder, you can join our White Sox mobile group to receive exclusive offers and chances to win great prizes like autographed jerseys and baseballs. So text Sox to Shy Sox. That's 244-769 to enter the win an autographed Gordon Beckham jersey. Standard text and data rates apply. Visit whitesox.com for official rules. That's a souvenir left side.
Omar has been so good all year long in just about every department. When you're looking for guys that at least would qualify for an MVP vote on this team, he would be one of them who would be in the running.
Pretty good pitch by Burnett. He just wipes his brow and flicks off the sweat. And the 1-2. Alex Rios on deck.
Omar's playing in his 82nd game, and he's made a grand total of 2 errors this year.
Well, with the plays he's made, that's quite an accomplishment, because they have not all been routine. There have been some very difficult plays that he has made really look easy. Tough hops. And once again, a reminder, Coach Q, Joel Quenville, will be with us next inning as that ball hit high into right field. Swisher. And that is out number 2. So 2 down to Alex, who struck out last inning. Called out on a slurve. First of 3. And Sunday, of course, the Big Hurt Frank Thomas Day. His number will be retired. And his place taken against all White Sox greats out there in left center field. And it's off on an 11-day, 10-game road trip. And there's a chopper. Pena's got to hurry. Quick transfer. Wow. Young man can throw a little leather. 1-2-3 inning for Burnett. Win to the 3rd, leading by 3.
Line down here on the season for the Vancouver Canucks, who for the 2nd straight year are eliminated by the Chicago Blackhawks. a stick. It's broken. Doesn't matter. Hawks to the finals. Loose puck in the crease. And now it's in the net. They score! It's in! They score! The Hawks win the Stanley Cup!
Oh, what a day, what a night, what a year for our Blackhawks. And joining us is Coach Q, Joel Quenneville. You must have had some kind of off summer here, so to speak, so far.
It's been off the charts. It's been great. The city of Chicago has it's had a lot of fun with it. Everywhere you go, everybody's been so excited to see the Cup or just say hello. And I've had a permanent grin on all summer, and it's been great.
Well, I'm watching you take a look at all of those highlights, and it was like you were reliving each and every series again.
Yeah, there was, especially that first series with Nashville. That series was wild. That was a dangerous series. We were lucky. We probably scored one of those goals that you might never score in your lifetime again. Kaner scoring shorthanded to tie it up in Game 5, and then Hossa coming out of the 5-minute major, coming in and out and scoring the winner, and then had a nice game in Game 6 in Nashville. But there were some great series. There's some great games. I still think the best games we saw that Games 5 and 6 against Philly. The pace of those games was off the charts.
Yeah, they were awesome. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's that shot into center field. That's going to be a base hit. So Ramiro Pena leads it off with a solid single. Sox lead at 4-1 here on Blackhawk night, top of the third inning. Well, you'd like to have a redo of the summer next year, wouldn't you?
We'd love to. This summer has been unbelievable. It's been great. No matter where you go around town, the people are just so excited about what happened, and they're thrilled about the way things have gone with the Blackhawks, and everybody's looking forward to this year. I know we got a little bit of a change in our team and our lineup, and I think we're looking forward to putting it all together. But I think we got some great options to work with and some great guys, and the guys that did leave, we definitely won't forget them because they're a big part of it as well. But it was a memorable year and a lot of fun.
Well, that's one of the things everybody was so interested in because of all of a sudden the huge turnover in talent. And I know you have your responsibilities. They have their responsibilities in the front office. How do you like it so far?
Well, I think you got to commend them going into it. We knew that there was going to be some change, and we had a team that might not look like on paper the way we went into the playoffs or went into the season. We were able to keep that team together for over the course of the year, which we had to work night and day basically to make sure that we're under the cap. And they did a real good job diligently of making sure that we're counting pennies. We had to send guys down to Rockford in between practices and games. That's how tight it was. But we knew it was the complexion had to change. And you lose a guy like Malcolm Versteeg, and you can go down the list with the goalies. And I just think that was, it's the business, and we had to make some business trades instead of hockey trades. But I think at the end of the day, we picked up a lot of assets and a lot of young prospects that eventually we hope can develop into hockey players and play for the Blackhawks. But we still were able to retain our key guys and the guys that are core players that not only are going to make guys around them better, they still got some room for the development in their own games. And be it Taser, Kaner, you look at their top 3 centermen, our top 4 defense, and they're all going to return. And I think that it's a nice option to have working with our group.
Well, I'm sure all Blackhawk fans had a good idea about the salary cap and everything, but I think this year really illustrates just how tough it is.
It really is, and you look at a lot of teams are pressed against us. Detroit over the years they've loved to maintain a lot of the guys. I mean, that's how probably we ended up getting hosts in the offseason. And you look at every team's got different challenges. The top teams they're all pressed against it. Philadelphia, Vancouver's, Detroit's we mentioned, but it seems like all the top teams that are competing, they got their off seasons. Every trade they look at, every move they make, there's always business considerations with it.
Well, we don't play in a sport that has a hard cap like you guys do. So when you come back, and it's right around the corner as far as when you guys report for training. But how long does it take you to blend all these new guys together with the guys who won it last year?
Well, it's a good question because I think that we still have that core group, and they're a great group. And I think of some of the guys that will be coming in will be guys that have progressed through our system that they're going to get a chance to play with us, be it Brian Bickle and Jack Skilly and these type of guys. And they're going to move up, and I think they're a little familiar with our group. At the same time, the rest of the core group is in place. We've got a couple guys coming in from different organizations, but we still have that group that's been in place. And I think the guys that are coming into our team, and I think that's going to help, be it training camp or the start of the year, that freshness of new guys coming in as opposed to having a group that's won the cup and whether you have that hangover going into the start of the season. I think that's been in place. Everybody says you got to guard against it, but I think we have that. We don't have that problem because we've got so many new guys, and fresh faces that shouldn't be an issue to start.
But as you mentioned, your core guys, even though they're very young, these guys are savvy. They know. They've been there. They've done it. And that's going to help you make that blend in there.
And they're great kids as well. You know, you start with Johnny Tays, our captain, and I know it's been a great summer, and you win the Cup, and you know that the experience that we had of sharing the Cup wherever he's gone, bringing it back to Winnipeg and here in Chicago. The receptions have been unbelievable, and you win it once. You can't wait to do it again because it's such an amazing summer. And I think these guys are going to, I'm sure they all remember that. There is incentive in that going forward. But at the same time, these guys are special players in their own right, and I still think there's a lot of improvement in their own games, and you got to love and commend them with their leadership skills, and you know they can help facilitate the new guys coming in, or that issue of how it's going to mesh together.
Brett Gardner, 35 steals on first base. He just knocked in Pena. It's a 4-2 Sox lead. He takes off, and there's no chance. So they're just going to be running the guys that can on Freddie. Freddie is not very good at holding guys close. So that's number 36 for Gardner.
Derek Jeter just stood there because he realized that it didn't matter where the pitch was. It's always better to hit with a man in scoring position than with a man at first base. And he was taking all the way. Coach, what's it like as the season started to build and all of a sudden the fan base, which you had developed over the last couple of years, started to get more intense with each and every game, because now every game meant something, took you into the playoffs, and it seemed like the intensity swelled with every home game.
Really did. It was a great play. It's a great venue at the UC. Every game, every night, the guys are fortunate to play in front of the crowd and the fans and the game presentation. It's as a visiting team, you know, or a visiting player, you talk to the other team and they say, "Wow, this is a great place to play. You guys are pretty lucky," and we are, and it's fortunate. And at the same time, when you're in the playoffs, the games are they're so much more meaningful. And we had a great year. We had a little bit of a bump there after the Olympic break, and then we got it going in the playoffs. But we didn't have a great start to our playoffs against Nashville. Our home record wasn't great. We lost games one in all the first two series. Got off to slow starts, and then we got some momentum going. We got a little bit more magic at home. We had some success playing at United Center all year long, and but I just think the momentum of that we had, and after that Nashville game where we looked like we were destined to move on, it was we really picked up off that point, Game 5.
Here's the 2-2 pitch to Jeter. Nobody out. And he gone. Big out. Well, technology is great as you look at Jeter go down again. These iPads, you should have seen our ball club. After our games, as soon as we got in the clubhouse, as soon as we got on the bus, these iPads were all lit up with Blackhawk hockey every time there was a game.
Oh, that's great.
I've never seen anything like it.
That's great.
So one out, and here is Mark Teixeira. How about the new addition to your coaching staff?
Yeah, we got Mike Kitchen. I played with Mike when we were in Colorado Rockies when they had the team there the first time, and you know, I worked with Kitch in St. Louis a little bit. Was around in the organization when he was coaching. I was in the minors coaching and playing, and he was with the Leafs at the time. And he brings us some good experience, a very competitive guy, and he's been around now over 20 years coaching in the business. So it's good to see him get a chance to be with such a great place to work, and I'm sure he's going to have a lot of fun being here.
Well, you know, it all starts at the top in the organization. Boy, you guys, I'll tell you, with Rocky and John McDonough and those guys, they have it's got to be fun to work with those guys.
Oh, they did an amazing job. You know, they both should be commended on where the organization was just a few years ago. And I remember just, you know, it's a matter of you look at it 3 years in a short 3 years.
3 years ago, it was voted the worst franchise in all of sports, not just hockey. And look at it now, Stanley Cup champions.
You might not get an argument back at that time when that was announced. And, you know, both guys maybe changed the complexion and how they looked at thing. And John used the word change and welcomes changes. And you look at the things, the way they developed. It's an amazing run in a short amount of time. They did a great job.
Robinson Cano with 2 out. 4-5-1 for our guys. 2-3-0 for their guys. Cano grounded out to his counterpart, Gordon Beckham. Gardner still at second base. Well, you know, being from Savannah, Georgia, we didn't play a lot of hockey down there. And then when I got a chance to go to Boston in 1967 and play for the Red Sox, of course, that was a pretty good core group coming in right there with Bobby Orr and all those youngsters and all the veterans that they had. So I became just an avid hockey fan at that point. And this year, I got to say, even with those Bruin years and now being a Chicagoan for 26 years and becoming a Blackhawk fan, this was one of the most exciting hockey seasons I've ever enjoyed.
It's been a great year.
The style of play.
And I think that's why the ratings of the games were so high. I think the games were fun to watch. Both teams tried to score. Both teams were trying to make plays. It wasn't really more into prevent defense, and that's why the games were so fast. And the unpredictability made it that much more entertaining. And right up to Game 6, right to the final goal. That was probably the best game I ever saw. But it was a lot of fun, and I know some of those guys you used to hang out with there in Boston, and that must have took a few years off your life. Those guys, there is Cheesy or Bobby and that whole crew, or Derek Sanderson and that whole.
Well, look at him; he's 27 years old.
Just like Davey Moore, God rest his soul, told me, "How old are you, Hawk?" I told him, "He's man, you need some rest." But you're right, Cheesy. That sandbagger. I've never beaten him on a golf course in my life.
No, he beat you on the first tee.
In fact, I told Cheesy about 2 weeks after the Cup, after y'all won it. But Turk was great. Turk, in fact, when I got traded to Cleveland, Turk lived in my apartment there in Boston. But yeah, I'll tell you, Coach, it was just, you're right. You touched on it a while ago. That 5th and 6th games against Philly, it just doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
That ball hit deep into right center field. Alex, yes, how about it? That will do it. They threaten. Freddie holds them to 1. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's 4-2 White Sox. All 4 coming in the bottom of the 1st. And there's John McDonough, who's just done an unbelievable job coming over with the Blackhawks with the Cup. Took it back to his home, Elk Grove Village. But everybody in that organization has just thrilled the city of Chicago. And we're going to hope and see if we can do the same thing here with White Sox baseball in 2010. As here's Konerko, Paulie singled and scored back in the 1st. That ball hit high and deep into center field, but Granderson has the ball. And that's 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Coach, we've got a different sport in that, quite obviously, you've got 8 teams out of the 30 that go into the playoffs. The other 22 go home. You guys have a few more teams that go into the playoffs. How do you guard against peaking too soon before you really have, to hit the gas, because you can only hit it for so long?
You're right, Stoney. If you look back and you can say that you're the 1st seed and you're playing the 8th seed, and the toughest round is always the first round of the playoffs. You saw this year some teams, Washington got beat right out of the gate by Montreal. They're probably picked to be the favorites to win the Cup this year, and it's everybody's ready to go from that first round, and it's a tough one. And you get through that, you can gain some momentum. But I always find no matter where you're sitting and who you're playing against, that's always the toughest matchup we're going to face.
Well, that's the reason a lot of people think, even baseball players, a lot of people think that of all the World Series, Super Bowl, NBA Finals, and Stanley Cup, the Stanley Cup is probably the toughest one to win because you've got to go so hard and take so many hits each and every night, it seems like.
You got to be fortunate in a lot of ways. Want and it's a tough thing to win. And it's whether it's competitive, whether it's you got to be healthy, you got to get breaks, you got to you want to make the series as short as you can to help you out maybe down the road. You got travel out west. You got a lot of concerns, and I think we were fortunate to win that San Jose series in 4 games because we probably weren't 4 games better than them to none. That really helped us going into the finals. But at the end of the day, you look at every series, it might have been a defining moment, but there's no easy games, and thank God we didn't have to play Game 7.
2-2 the count to Carlos. Quentin Carlos had an RBI single back in the first inning. Well, Coach, we want to thank you so much, first of all, for the great job that you did with those young kids and that young talent, getting them together and letting them go out and play. That's what impressed a lot of us, was how you let these guys go out, and they took your lead, and they got the job done. And thanks for a wonderful season.
It was a lot of fun. It's one of those teams, it's automatic pilot with these guys. They're a great group. They like being around each other. They got a lot of skill. They got a lot of talent. They're fast. They're easy to coach. And
but somebody has got to turn the key to start the engine. And
I've been lucky to be here for sure. I'm very happy and feel very fortunate to be here when I did. And they came in here at the perfect time. Yeah.
Thanks for coming up.
Congratulations, Coach.
All right.
Nice to see you.
Thanks for allowing us to get a glimpse of that cup up close and personal. Joel Quenneville, what a great job. Wow, what an exciting season. As here's A.J. A.J. had a big 2-run double in the first inning. Just a decent lead by Carlos. As that pitch, strike off the outside corner.
What a thrill.
Yeah. I mean, to me, as I said, it was one of the most exciting hockey seasons I've ever enjoyed. And I love hockey. And I told you, I've always said if there's such a thing as reincarnation, I wanted to come back as Neil Diamond, a hockey player, or an eye drop salesman.
Okay, well, maybe you come back as Neil selling eye drops.
Well, that's a possibility. Watching hockey games, watching the Blackhawks games.
It was just great to see the coach's face while he was looking at the montage that the boys in the truck put together about winning each and every series. It was as if he was reliving each and every series again. I know Mike Leary saw it up close and personal. He's one of the guys responsible for making sure that we don't keep the gloves and the helmets we wore on the opening.
Yeah.
But the shirts are terrific.
I love it when coaches and managers let their guys play. They don't micromanage every pitch, every strike. Like you and I have seen a lot of guys like that in the past. Hockey coaches where they micromanage everything. There's a pair would be the full house right there.
That's it. Yeah.
Stoney looks like. What size was that? 8.5, 9? It looks like Bruce Bochy.
That helmet? Yeah, that could.
Ball gets away, so Carlos will move into second.
A.J. is trying to convince Alfonso Marquez that it was ball 4, I believe, as he was walking toward first base. It's a wild pitch. A.J. Burnett, no stranger to those. That's his 12th.
So Francisco Cervelli out to talk to the veteran right-hander. Cervelli, 24 years old. And Burnett, 33 years old. First of a 3-game series. Tomorrow night, 6:05 start. And then, of course, on Sunday, the big hurt, Frank Thomas, his day. Retirement of his number. And he takes his place among all the White Sox greats out there on the left center field wall. Now another meeting of the minds at the mound. Tomorrow night, Johnny Danks against C.C. Sabathia, 30-year-old southpaw, two of the best left-handers in the game. And then on Sunday, Gavin Floyd against Ivan Nova. Now that game tomorrow will be over WGN as you look at Johnny Danks and Matt Thornton. And Sunday's game will be right back here on Comcast Sportsnet. As the count moves to 2-2. I'll tell you what got me was the fans' reception when Jim Corneliuson sang the national anthem. I mean, it was just awesome. What an awesome job he did. There's a chopper. That's fair. And that's out number 2.
They also have the 4 winning trophies behind him. Same city, 4 trophies.
In the last 25 years.
Absolutely amazing. The cup is leaving. You want to say goodbye?
Yes. Thank you, sir. All right. Yes. Alexei had a base hit taken away from him and a very fine play by Ramiro Pena.
2 outs runners in scoring position. Alexei's been one of the best on the team in this department. You also have to be heads up for that breaking ball in the dirt.
Ball gets away up and in. Carlos scores, and it's a 5-2 Sox lead.
You would think that would be a pass ball. We'll take another look at it. Cervelli's inside. They're going to call that a wild pitch.
I'm with you, Stoney.
Yeah, he's got to make that catch.
Yeah, that's the big leagues. Anyway, I don't care what it was. Rule,
It's
we got
a
to
run.
run.
Yes, sir.
Hit him!
One without the benefit of a hit.
Did not check it up. And the count 1-2. Got him, but we pick up a gift run right there, and we'll go to the 4th leading by 3.
1 a.m. or later.
Nick Swisher will lead it off here in the top of the fourth inning. 5-5-1 for us, 2-3-0 for them. Ball hammered just in front of the photographer's well.
Talked to Nick before the game. He's starting to get to 100%. He was nicked up for a bit. Having a very good, solid year. Joe Girardi said he's used them up and down that order.
1-1 to count.
Said he hit him in the 2 spot. He's hit him as low as the 8 spot. Wherever he's hit him, he's produced.
Second time Beckham's going to get him. And that's out number 1. Going to bring up Posada. He had a rocket to Beckham, who made a good play on it. Takes ball 1.
Meantime, Freddie has yet to have a 1-2-3 inning. He'd love to have one here. About ready to make his 68th pitch. But he's gotten out of some jams and held the damage to this point to a minimum.
And that's in the center field. 2 down. Here's Granderson. He walked back in the second. Sellout crowd here at beautiful US Cellular Field. There's the strike. And the count 1-1. That's going inside. And a reminder, Sunday afternoon, Sox against these Yankees. Join the Sox as we pay tribute to Frank Thomas. Come to US Cellular Field and help us celebrate the Big Hurt's retirement, including bobbleheads for the first 10,000 fans, presented by Four Winds Casino. John Irwin and all the great guys at Four Winds. So for more information, contact 312-674-1000.
Frank's going to be right there, right under the catch. And you might remember that catch by Dwayne Wise to preserve the perfect game of Mark Burrow.
The 3-1 pitch. Carly. He'll take it himself. Nice 1-2-3 inning for Freddie. We go to the bottom of the fourth, leading 5-2.
In 1983, a Hawks and Sox player who won the Rookie of the Year awards in their respective leagues. Who are they? You ponder that for a while. We'll get back to you a little later in the game.
Well, we know who the Sox player was. Big man from Gary.
Had a pretty good year that year.
35 homers, 100 knocked in.
The team had a pretty good year that year.
One of the most fun teams as far as chemistry goes. The best chemistry team I've ever seen. As Mark Tien will lead it off here at the bottom of the fourth inning. Mark had a walk back in the first.
And with Burnett almost out of this game in the first inning, he has made a pretty big comeback. AJ's double in the first inning, the last hit.
Up high. And the 1-1 pitch. Right there, fastball at 92.
There are the numbers so far, and they aren't particularly pretty.
And there's a chopper. It's fair ball right over the bag. And that's out number one.
Probably want to try somebody different than Mark Teixeira at first base. This is game number 126 this year. He's made a grand total of 3 errors.
Well, if you look at his 3 and then you go to second base and look at Robinson Cano, which is a pretty difficult position to play. He's made 3. Then you go to Derek Jeter. Not easy position to play out there. He's made 5. They have had some terrific play in their infield. Gordon struck out his first trip.
Well, A-Rod, who's injured right now, played 112. He's only made 6.
Takes it up.
That young man they've got playing for him tonight at third base, Ramiro Pena, has shown on 3 different plays that he's a real good glove man.
Well, he's made 4 in limited action, but when you get a guy who appears to have as much range as he's got, there's ball 4. Go to the 1-out walk. Usually guys with huge range, they're going to make some errors.
Talked to A-Rod before the game today, and he said that he was starting to feel pretty good. He said he's still about a week away, which means we're going to miss him. That's good.
Well, they played pretty well since he's been out.
They could really use Andy Pettit back, and he threw before the game today. I talked to him, and he said he felt very good. It's the second time that he's thrown, but he's still a while away from coming back because he's missed 6 weeks. He's got to go on a rehab, get himself game ready.
So here's one. One started us off in fine fashion in the bottom of the first, with a double right down the right field line, which would have been a triple had not it been for fan interference if you're just joining us.
These 2 guys were teammates in 2003 with the Florida Marlins, who won it all. They beat the Yankees in 6 games in 2003, and give you an idea about how the Yankees think of things. Derek Jeter was asked about that season and said, you know, you went to 6 games in the World Series. Was it a pretty good year? And he said, no, because we lost. It was not a good year.
Derek Jeter, one of my all-time favorite players.
And mine also. And one of the really wonderful guys in this game.
There's a strike to even the count at 1. Yeah, playing in that town. with the Yankees. Being the captain of the club, the responsibilities he understood. Boy, did he ever handle them well. The ball is striking out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Well, it looks like even though Juan Pierre normally hits the ball to left field, they vacated the left side. It's going to be Jeter covering at second.
Ball hit hard. Base hit right back to the middle. So Gordon will pull up as Granderson quickly gets to it.
Even though Jeter was playing him up the middle, this off-speed pitch was taken right back up the middle into center field. It's so hard to hit that Gordon can't even think about going to third.
Well, here's Omar. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI, a run scored, and a stolen base. Takes first pitch strike. Outfield really shallow. Now we're going to have another meeting of the minds. Cervelli. As they talk, a reminder, you can sport the White Sox food. The Wise Food Drive presented by Dominic's. Non-perishable food items will be collected at the 14 Chicago Dominic's locations through Saturday to benefit the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Thanks to all the great folks at Dominic's. And there's a base hit. Thank you very much. Here comes Beckham. Swish, airmails, everything. Mercy.
A.J. Burnett was nowhere near where he had to be.
Well, he couldn't have been there.
No, but I mean, he's got to look up and know that Swisher's coming home with it. You would think that that would be E9 to allow Omar to go to second base. Hard hit through the right side. And there's the rainbow. And Burnett is in front of Cervelli.
He needed a trampoline to get that ball left his hand. So it is a 6-2 Sox lead. That one-out walk to Beckham comes around and bites Burnett as the one-out walk last inning with Quentin scored. Now the Yankees bring the infield in for Alex. Alex has struck out. And then Pena made a good play to get him. Checks it up and takes ball one. Boy, the first pitch in that sequence in this scenario is always big. Paulie on deck. Chops it foul to even the count at 1. So a big pitch coming up to 1-1. Almost equidistant are the outfielders. Maybe just a small gap in right center. There's a shot base hit. They're going to hold Omar third as Pierre scores, and it's a 7-2 Sox lead. Don't stop now, boys.
RBI number 74 for Alex Rios, and through a drawn-in infield, there's absolutely no angles as this hanging slider winds up in left field. Girardi coming out. it looks like that's going to be it for Burnett. So Sergio Mitre comes into the game as A.J. Burnett exits. It's 7-2 Sox, and we'll be back after these messages.
This episode 2 of the club. White Sox behind the scenes get an inside look at what it's like to run one of the most storied franchises in baseball history. Watch the club Sunday after Sox Yankees on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
It's our Lexus Pursuing Perfection call to the pen, and it comes relatively early in this one, and it is Sergio Mitre. He started 3 times. On for the 21st time overall. Hasn't won a game yet. ERA pretty respectable at 3.86. There you look at the numbers. Left-handers have had a more difficult time against him than the right-handers. He inherits base runners at first and third, and a 5-run deficit.
So 1 out, runners at the corners, and here's Paulie. Paulie is 1 for 2, a single and a run scored back in the first inning. Then he went out deep to center field, leading off last inning. Pretty good lead. Alex at first. And first pitch strike to Paulie. Just does catch the outside edge of the outside corner. Huge crowd on him. And there's the chopper foul. So very quickly the count 0-2 to Konerko with Carlos Quentin on deck.
Mitre originally came up with the Chicago Cubs, surfacing in the big leagues in 2003 briefly. Last year with the Yankees, 3-3, 12 appearances, 9 of them starts with an ERA just under 7. He's had a number of injuries the last couple of years that have really stopped his development.
There goes Alex. The throw, not in time. Ball gets away. So here comes Omar. Alex into third, and the Sox lead it 8-2. Mercy.
Rios with a very good jump. And a stolen base, E2. That throw in the dirt. No chance for Cano. And the ball bounces away, and it's a 6-run lead.
Now the infield comes back in. That's stolen base number 27 for Rios. And the 1-2 pitch to Pauly. And that ball gets away. They get a shot. Save! It's 9-2.
There's a whole lot of pitchers in this game that don't know how to cover the plate. And Mitre was fortunate he didn't have the side of his leg torn up by Alex Rios. Take another look at it. It's a breaking ball. It's going to be a wild pitch. But Mitre, when he realizes that Rios is coming down the line and there's going to be a play at the plate, gets in a terrible position. Ball trickles away, and it's a 7-run lead.
So now the bases are empty. And the 2-2 pitch to Pauly. Pops him up. And that's 2 down. So that'll bring up Carlos. And tomorrow, 6:05, Sox against these Yankees. First 20,000 fans in attendance will receive White Sox rally towels presented by Cardinal Fitness. So for tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. Carlos takes up high, ball 1. Benton is 1 for 1, an RBI, a walk, and 2 runs scored. We got a good pitch to hit. A cookie pops it up. Get out of here. It will. And the count 1-1. Johnny Danks against CC Sabathia tomorrow. That game will be over WGN. On Sunday, Gavin Floyd against Ivan Nova. And that game right back here on Comcast Sportsnet. There's CC, 30-year-old southpaw. As that's hooked foul.
Nice matchup. A couple of very good left-handers.
Ground ball, Pena will suck it up. But some damage is done as they put another crooked number, a good one, up on that board. We'll go to the 5th, leading 9-2. 695, and if you're the 500th texter, you could win $5 footlong subs from Subway.
Line on A.J. Burnett, 3 in the third innings, 9 runs, 8 of them earned on 8 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 wild pitches. A very tough night for him.
First pitch strike. Francisco Cervelli. He flied to Alex Rios in center fielder. Checks it up. And the count 1-1.
In the meantime, lost in all of this offense has been a pretty solid outing by Freddie Garcia. He made the one mistake on a throw in the first inning. Giving up just 1 earned run through 4. 2 overall.
And the count 1-2. Yeah, if you miss that. We'll get that up for you and show it to you if you're just tuning in. That's low and away 2-2. Outfield straight up. And a full count. And if you miss that play, first hit of the ball game, Gardner hits one off the plate, a Baltimore chop. Freddie. He went to third base. And then scored on a ground ball by Jeter. That 3-2 pitch fouled away.
Gardner 2 for 2 tonight with an RBI, a stolen base. So he's one of the few Yankees that have had a good night offensively against Freddie.
There's a rocket. So the leadoff man aboard. Now Gardner had a big series against us in New York. He went 2 for 3 with a couple of runs scored in the first game. They won that 6-4. He went 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored in game 2. We won that one 7-6. And he went 2 for 3 with a homer and an RBI single in game 3. So he wore us out in New York.
He's proven to be just a very solid player for them. Not the kind of power you would desire on a corner, but he has the kind of speed if you're not going to have the power for a team that has a lot of power in other areas.
Pena had a good pitch to hit. He's a switch hitter. He's 1 for 1 with a stolen base and a run scored. That coming back in the third. He gone. 1 out.
Second strikeout of the night. This fastball well out of the zone. Pena hitting .215 coming in. Expands that zone. Can't lay off.
So here's Gardner. In fact, every game, this is the 4th game that these two teams have met. He's had 2 hits in every game. So you could say that 2010, Brett Gardner up to this point is wearing us out. That's low, 2-0.
Outfield straight away. Pierre not overly deep in left field. There you look at the defense.
And the count 3-0. No walks, Freddie.
Derek Jeter in the on-deck circle. He drove in a run in the first inning and finds himself 0 for 2.
And there's the strike.
Gardner does not agree.
Late call, and the count goes full. So he is 8 for 13 against us this year.
And this pitch is a strike. Take a look at where it crosses the knee. And the front knee, that ball was right over the kneecap.
Fail. Fouls that one back. And you can visit the official online shop of the White Sox. You can browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source. Shop at whitesox.com. And right here, the payoff pitch. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Rack them up. That'll do it. We are halfway home, leading by 7. Dapper Dan, Dapper Chuck, Dapper R Chuck, as you check out our All-State Tale of the Tape. 9-8-1 for our Sox, 2-4-1 for their Yankees in the first of this 3-game set. Scottie Pippen holding the Stanley Cup. Well, in the 4 trophies that were brought out prior to the game in that ceremony, the first one was the Bears. Richard Dent, Super Bowl MVP, brought that trophy out. Then for the NBA trophy, it was Jerry Reinsdorf who brought that one out. Then for our Sox in 2005, it was Mark Burley. And, of course, Coach Q, Joel Quenneville, brought out the 2010 Stanley Cup. 1-1 pitch to A.J. Watch out. Ball hit hard. The foul. A.J. had a big 2-out. I checked it, 1-out, 2-run double back in the first inning.
What a thrill it is. Just be in the neighborhood of that wonderful sports trophy.
Mitre, long look in. And the 2-2 delivery. Little chopper. Mitre was a spectator there for a moment, but recovers, gets there, and that's out number 1.
Sergio got pretty lucky, but A.J. was not a step quicker, only because he was probably going to get the out, but he might have gotten trampled at first base.
So here's Alexa. He's 0 for 2. Okay, strike 1 right there. Martin on deck. Later on, Minnesota taking on the Mariners out at Safeco. That's chop foul. That will be Baker against Vargas.
Well, they're going to miss Felix Hernandez, but Vargas is a pretty good pitcher. And with their left-handed hitters, Vargas could be tough on them. Good changeup, good location.
Well, his changeup sets everything. Vargas is 9-6 with a 3.43 ERA. Good try by Mitre. It missed. Just joining us, Yankees with an unearned run in the first. We came right back in the bottom of the first with 4. They picked up 1 in the third. We added 1 in the bottom of the third. Then we added 4 more in the fourth. And that's chop foul.
That one went right off the foot of Ramirez, whose legs have been taking a beating. He fouled one off his knee a couple of nights ago. This one right off his foot. And Mitre throws 93-mile-an-hour sinkers inside.
And there's a line drive right to the third baseman. 2 down. That'll bring up T, and Mark has walked, and he has grounded to first. Get yourself a knock right here. Get a big knock. There's a good strike from Sergio. Mark hitting at 274 as he stands up to that dish. 4 homers, 20 RBIs.
There's a young lady has to be ecstatic over this one tonight.
Doubles him up in the count 0-2.
She took the Sox and gave 2 runs.
And there's a fair ball right down the line. Mark's going to make the turn. Swisher will get to it. Get it back in. So the double by Tien coming with 2 out. That's his 10th 2-bagger of the season.
Looked like a slider that just kind of stood there in the middle of the plate and said, hit me. Mark did. Teixeira actually dove over the top of that ball. And it winds up in right field. So Gordon with a chance to drive home another run and hit double figures team-wise in both runs and hits.
Gordon started off that 4-run fourth with a 1-out walk. Came around to score. He's 0 for 1. Outfield straight up, just about equidistant, maybe a slight gap in right center. As he takes first pitch, fastball strike.
Six for 10 tonight with runners in scoring position. Second in the American League overall.
And there's a chopper to Hopper, and that'll retire the side. We have 5 in the books and lead it 9-2. Yankee half of the 6th inning. It'll be Jeter, Teixeira, and Cano to face Freddie Garcia. Jeter 0 for 2 and has knocked in a run. Shanks that one right side. Carlos is there. 1 pitch, 1 out.
When your bullpen is having some problems staying healthy with Thornton and Puts on the disabled list, what you really need more than anything else, regardless of who you bring up to activate, is long outings out of your starters. And last night, Edwin Jackson went 8 innings. Pena went 1. And tonight, Freddie's out there with a big lead into the 6th inning.
And tomorrow we might have Dr. Charles Bush Joseph on the air to explain to all our fans out there about the condition of some of our guys. Jake Peavy, Thornton, J.J. Putz. If he can work us into his schedule. 0-2 the count.
Well,
Teixeira's popped the 3rd and popped the 2nd.
Baseball world was a bit surprised with the results of the MRI on Steven Strasburg, who's going to have Tommy John surgery. And the rehab for that is anywhere from 12 to 18 months. So the real talented youngster going to have a tough surgery, but prognosis nowadays is pretty good coming back from that.
Hey, there are a lot of general managers out there today who are looking for guys who have already gone through the Tommy John surgery.
Well,
they're coming back better than they were before.
They had a whole list of guys who pitched in the All-Star game this year who have had that surgery, rehabbed, came back, and throwing every bit as well as they did before.
Ate him up inside. Kenny is one of those guys. Kenny and I were talking one day, and he said, hey, I like guys who've gone through that Tommy John surgery. But, you know, the thing about it is that Coop called that.
He did indeed, and took a lot of heat for it at the time.
Yeah, Don Cooper said, he said he hope he's wrong.
Yep.
He said, I hope I'm wrong, but this young man has got a chance to come down with a bad arm.
Well, he saw something in his motion that wasn't conducive to staying healthy over the long haul. And mentioned it, and a lot of people said, well, how can you possibly comment on someone else's pitcher? Well, because he spent his life evaluating pitchers was one of the reasons, and it turned out, unfortunately, that he was right.
Pretty good pitch, didn't get it. Strike on Tien. Well, you know yourself, you've been around a long time, Stoney. There's a good strike right there. Strike, both those were on Tien. But there are some guys you can look at and count 2-1, and you can say there is an accident waiting to happen.
Yep.
And normally, most of the time it comes true.
Normally, if you draft those guys thinking that you can fix it, only to find out that you can't, you trade them very quickly before everybody else finds out.
That's into left field. One. Yes, stays with it. That ball did a couple of funny-looking things right there. Meanwhile, a 1-2-3 inning for Freddie. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th, leading by 7.
Let's take a look at our AT&T trivia question, because earlier we asked you in 1983, a Hawks and Sox player won the Rookie of the Year in their respective leagues. Who were they? Ron Kittle and Steve Larmer. 82-83 season.
Big man from Gary, Ron Kittle. What a strong man he is. As we get set to go to the bottom of the 6th, 9-1 for our guys, 2-4-1 for their guys. Top of the order for us, it'll be Juan Pierre, who's 2 for 3. A double on a run scored in the first. He grounded the third, trying to bunt in the second, and then he singled and scored in the fourth. Takes first pitch strike. And that's tough foul.
Juan has always liked what he's seen of Sergio Mitre.
The 0-2 pitch. Nice pitch by Mitre. Cano's got him, one out.
Omar's had a terrific night. Couple of hits, couple of runs driven in, and a stolen base on top of it.
And that is popped back. Get out of here. It will. Third row.
Mariano Rivera. Man who's been around this game seemingly forever. Might be as good as there have ever been with the game on the line. This year, really struggling along with a 118 earned run average.
There have been so many great closers. And unfortunately for a lot of them, they didn't have the stage.
Nope, they couldn't do it, or didn't do it on the big stage because they never had the opportunity. But take a look at those numbers.
There's a strike and a count 1-2.
The other pitcher, by the way, who's knocking at the door of 600 saves, Trevor Hoffman. Currently with Milwaukee. Certainly put on the waiver wire.
That evens at 2. Alex Rios on deck.
Speaking of the waiver wire, Minnesota put in a claim on the waiver wire for the left-handed closer of the Angels, Brian Fuentes.
A lot of teams are scuffling, looking for some bullpen help. He did not go.
Minnesota lost 2 left-handers for the year. Ron Nehey and Jose Majerus. Of course, we have claimed Manny Ramirez.
And the payoff pitch. He's right where he should be. He's not going to be a spectator anymore. And that's out number 2. Here's Alex. Alex 1 for 3 with an RBI, a stolen base, and a run scored. He now has 74 RBIs. He now has 27 stolen bases. Takes it right there. First pitch strike. Marlins beat the Braves 7-1 down in Georgia. They're just getting underway. Top of the first inning. Minnesota taking on the Mariners at Safeco. And there's a shot. Caught. And that'll retire the side. So 1-2-3 inning. First time. Check that, second time they have retired our side in order. We'll go to the 7th leading 9-2. 242-957 to join Blackhawks Mobile and be entered to win a VIP Training Camp Festival experience on September 18th. That's camp 242-957 for 2 free tickets, VIP seating during the Blackhawks scrimmages, and a player meet and greet. And of course, you're looking at all the members of our Trio video. Their Blackhawk T-shirts. Dave Jello, our own cameraman tonight. And all those, look at all those guys. Mark Harper. Get him out of the light. Get him out of the light. Right in the middle. And so far, it's been a beautiful evening in every respect. 4 trophies, if you're just tuning in. The Bears Super Bowl trophy. And 1 trophy symbolizing 6 World Championships in 8 seasons by the Bulls. And, of course, our 05 World Series trophy and the 2010 Stanley Cup. Old Blackhawks now. There's the strike. To even the count of 1 to Swisher, who twice has gone out to Gordon Beckham.
He's had a hard time with the off-speed stuff, and Freddie has thrown him consistently slower.
Nice top foul. Why not?
If you can't wait back, then throw it slower.
Well, Nick, when he was here, had really a tough time with the change. Just could not do anything with it. The 1-2. That ball's hit hard, and it's fair.
Freddie got that one up.
He will start off the 7th with a double. That's his 29th two-bagger.
First extra base hit of the night. And that one just stayed up in the zone. And Swisher hit it awfully hard into the corner.
So here's Posada. He is grounded to second with Beckham making a real good play on him. And he has gone out to center field. First pitch strike. And that's popped up. 1. Can he get there? No. Throw the count. Nothing in 2.
That ball slicing away from Pierre, and as he got closer to the stands, especially in a 9-2 game, you certainly want to pull up. Threets and Santos throwing in the bullpen. Freddie knocking at the door of the century mark. That's pitch number 99.
38,596. He gone. Dig out. 1 out.
Makes that slider, throws it down and in to Posada, who swings over the top. Third strikeout of the night for Freddie, who's only walked 1. He's had very good control.
Here's Granderson. He has walked and he has grounded to first. Takes it high and wide. And the count 2-0. And that is fouled back.
For the most part, Granderson is a dead pull hitter. One of the reasons why he had so much success with the long ball in Detroit, and one of the reasons why the Yankees traded for him with that short porch in right center.
And there's a strike to even the count at 2. Jacks it up, so a full count.
Tonight's in-game box score is presented by Mass Mutual. It's Tony Pena, former Major League catcher, former Major League manager, who's standing to the left of Joe Girardi.
Nice pitch. Get over there, Freddie. Just in time.
Freddie with a big smile on his face. Realized that he didn't have much to spare. Throws a changeup away from Granderson, who does try to pull everything. And then it's a horse race and a photo finish. And just ahead of Granderson. Freddie gets him. Good call by Tim Timmons.
Why is he out?
Ozzie just went out to give Freddie a chance to catch his breath, ask him if he's okay. He knows his bullpen is ready to go if Freddie has any problems. He hasn't had too many so far tonight. I'm going to give him a chance to finish up this 7th inning and only cover 6 outs out of the bullpen.
So now Swisher at third. And here is Francisco Cervelli, who's gone out to center and then sharply single to left. Takes first pitch strike on the outside corner. And there's Alex. Tight left calf on the deal. The 1-1 pitch. And it is strike 2. Outfield straight up. A little too high. This will be pitch number 111. And a full count. Nine runs, 9 hits, 1 error for our Sox. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for their Yankees here in game 1 of this 3-game series. Payoff. Ground ball, Omar. Wrong peg, yes. Freddie Garcia has taken this through 7. And it is the 7th inning stretch. Sox lead it 9-2.
First inning. Omar takes it through the right side. This drives home the first run. Carlos Quinton takes it through the left side. This drives home the second run. And A.J. takes it down the line, driving in runs 3 and 4. A running start after the Yankees had taken a 1-run lead in that first inning. That helped to put it away. And that's our Xfinity high-defining moment.
A 7-run lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And what a job by Freddie Garcia, Stone Pony.
I thought he was terrific tonight.
Cunning and guile.
7 innings, a couple of runs on 5 hits, only 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Started out a little shaky, but then he got better as the game went along. And to this point, and I think that's going to be it for him, he's given up 1 extra base hit to a pretty good hitting lineup.
So here we go. Paul Konerko, Carlos Quinton, A.J. Pierzynski to face Mitre, who has done a good job coming on back in the 4th inning. First pitch strike. And that's outside. The fastball at 92. Sox will have, just joining us, Johnny Danks against CC Sabathia tomorrow night, 6:05 start, and that game will be over. WGN. On Sunday in the finale of the set in this homestand, Gavin Floyd against Ivan Nova. And that game right back here on Comcast Sportsnet, and then it's off on the road. 10 games, 11 days.
There's a look at how they're going to match up in the final 2 of a very short 6-game homestand before a very long road trip. Of course, what we have found over the years is the length of the road trip is directly proportionate to just exactly how successful you are.
Sox will go 3 to Cleveland, 3 to Boston, and 4 in Detroit. And that is so true. You've been on road trips that were 10, 12 gamers, and it seemed like it just flew by because you came home 9-3.
Yeah, team playing good baseball, getting good pitching, picking up the ball, and getting timely hitting. You find yourself sailing home feeling pretty good about it.
And there's ball 4, so the leadoff walk. That last trip we went on was just a 6-dayer. Seemed like it was like a week and a half long.
You're right about that.
So here's Carlos. Singled in a run in the first, and he scored. He walked in the third, and he scored. He's 1 for 2. Right to the bag goes Cano and rack him up. Quickly 2 gone. And a reminder, you can get Frank Thomas apparel exclusively here at U.S. Cellular Field. Ballpark will serve as the sole retailer of Frank Thomas merchandise through September 1st. Items for sale include the adult black alternate jerseys, adult pinstripe jerseys, and adult and youth Frank Thomas t-shirts. That's up until September 1st. So here's A.J. had a big 2-run double in the first inning. That made it a 4-1 Sox lead. Big had no cattle.
Good straight change by Mitre, who so far has done exactly what Girardi had to have him do, which is after a disastrous start by Burnett, lasting only 3 1/3 innings, he hasn't had to empty his bullpen trying to get out of this one.
And the count, 1-2. There's a chopper 3 hopper. Cano. And that didn't take long. We'll go to the 8th, leading 9-2. All right, Chuck, the dapper one.
And Eric Reitz comes into this game, so the night is indeed done for Freddie Garcia, who was absolutely brilliant through 7. And Reitz, on for the 11th time, has yet to give up an earned run. There's some pretty impressive numbers. Well, most likely he'll be asked to go 1 and then turn it over to the pen, but first things first.
And Harry, talking about long road trips and how they can be short and long, and our reporter, our crack reporter, Jimmy Olsen from Seattle, says that Stone Pony missed 2 weeks in Kansas City.
Seemed like it.
Marcus Thames will be hitting for Pena. Jacks it up, takes first pitch strike.
Tim's hitting .319, having a very good year. Hasn't had a chance to play all that often. When he has, he's been very effective.
And the count 0-2. That's up high. Yankees 1 in the first, Sox 4 in the first. Yankees 1 in the third, Sox 1 in the third. Sox 4 in the fourth. And that has been it. No home runs in this ball game.
It didn't have to be with an early barrage against A.J. Burnett. He didn't have much control tonight.
He gone. Gas.
We showed you our U.S. Cellular text message poll question a little earlier, and so far, here's the results. by a wide margin. It's the Stanley Cup. You still have time to vote. The final results will be shown if you stay with us on the U.S. Cellular White Sox postgame.
So here's Gardner. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI, a stolen base, and a run scored. Takes that pitch up high. Two 2-0, no walks. Come back and get him, Eric.
And AJ just pointing to the plate, pretty much telling him signal's going to be number 1, which is a fastball. 7-run lead, get it over.
There's one. He didn't name it. Big, strong Eric Freets. Good pitch, didn't get it.
Gardner last time up thought he had drawn a base on balls. This time he waited around, waiting to see the call of Alfonso Marquez.
So here's Jeter.
Former teammate of mine, Mick Kelleher, the first base coach.
Keller is a good guy.
Been around a long time.
Good guy.
And he's found a terrific spot.
There's first pitch strike to Jeter, who was 0 for 3. He grounded to short in the first inning, but that knocked in Gardner, who had gone to third on that Baltimore chop single, and then the 2-base throwing error by Freddie. Then Jeter struck out in the third and went out to right in the 6th. Paulie not holding Gardner on as there's a chopper. When they turn it, rack him up. Yes, and that'll do it. Good inning for Eric Freets, who go to the bottom of the 8th, leading by 7. Patrick Kane on stage with Jimmy Buffett, hoisting up that 45-pound Stanley Cup. And Brian Bickle on the water in his hometown in Ontario.
With a safety vest on the cup. Sure it doesn't drown.
That right here, that's the bottom of the 8th inning.
Eduardo Nunez takes over at third base. Pena departed for a pinch hitter. Sergio Mitre still in the game, on in relief of A.J. Burnett.
Lower third of our order: Ramirez, Tien, and Beckham. First pitch from Mitre. Softly hit. Jeter. One pitch, one out. Lexi now 0 for 4. And a reminder, Sunday afternoon, Sox against these Yankees. Join the Sox as we pay tribute to Frank Thomas. Come to U.S. Cellular Field and help us celebrate Big Hurt's retirement, including bobbleheads for the first 10,000 fans, presented by all the good folks at Four Winds Casino. So for more information, call 312-674-1000. Mark Tien 1 for 2. A walk, a grounder to first, and a double. Cleveland bumped Kansas City 15-4. Ball hit high into right field. 2 down. Toronto beat Detroit 3-2 up at the Rogers Center. So 2 out, and that'll bring up Gordon Beckham. Gordon 0 for 2 with a walk. That was a big walk. Started off that 4-run inning back in the 4th with 1 out. Came around to score. Takes ball 1. Minnesota leading Seattle 2-0. That game in the bottom of the 2nd at Safeco, as there's a one-hopper. And another 1-2-3 inning for Mitre. We'll go to the 9th. It is White Sox 9, Yankees 2. Sportsnet. Don't miss High School Lights every Friday night at 10:30, and visit csnchicago.com for the weekly web show The Drive, shadowing Maine South season. Go inside high school football with Comcast Sportsnet fans' best friend. First pitch strike to Mark Teixeira from Eric Threets, leading off here in the top of the 9th inning. Sox lead it by 7.
Threets being asked to go 2 innings. after a very successful 8th. Freddie Garcia, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned.
There's a strike in the count, 1-2. Chops that one foul. Scher has popped the third, popped the second, and gone out to center. Watch out.
Well, the head of that bat went onto the grass past the infield.
There is a definite Matabata.
Eric Threets got in there deep. And there's the head of the bat.
And that's out of play. A little tardy on that one. That 96-mile-an-hour fastball from that 6'5" southpaw. Just off the corner, 2-2.
Here's our Haynes comfort zone. The last couple of nights, the bullpen has been good. But before that, Penn has really struggled. 1-7, high ERA, the last 19 games. Things seem to be getting a whole lot better as the starting pitchers have gone deeper into the game. Got Linebrink now throwing in the bullpen.
Full count, no walks, Eric. And that's top foul. Outfield straight up for the 30-year-old switch hitter. Now Ozzie. Want to see if Eric Threets is all right.
This isn't good. We'll take a look at the last pitch. And right there he came off. Looked like he was feeling some discomfort. He pulled up very short, almost recoiled on the follow through. It looked like it might be his chest. And that's going to be it for Threets.
Wow.
So the bullpen was up and going. Scott Linebrink was throwing, and or as well as Threets has thrown, and he hasn't given up an earned run all year. This is not a good sign, but as Linebrink comes in, we'll step out and be back after these messages. treats. If we hear anything, we'll let you know. But this late, it's kind of doubtful. Hopefully, he's not seriously hurt. As Linebrink out for the 40th time, a 1-1 record, ERA of 4.36. He's had a good time, but against the right-handers, the left-handers have hurt him, and he'll get as much time as he wants to loosen up. But because he was throwing already in the pen, odds are he won't need too long. A beautiful night here tonight. Got a chance to see the 4 championship trophies, the 4 major sports. We honored the Blackhawks. We were up in the booth with Coach Q and the Stanley Cup. And the score, the most important thing at this point, is 9-2 with 3 outs to go.
And a 3-2 count to Mark Teixeira, leading off here in the top of the 9th.
He'll turn around now and hit from the left side.
And the payoff, not even close. So the leadoff walk.
That hit him. So the hit batsman will go to Linebrink. If it was a walk, it had gone to Threets. That's one of the oddities of the scoring system.
Said it nipped him. That'll bring up Cano. Robinson has grounded to second. He has gone out to center, and he has gone out to left. First pitch strike. Don't want to let these guys down a little charge right here. Give them a little mo going into tomorrow. Outfield around to the left. And the count evens at 1. Johnny Dykes against CC Sabathia tomorrow night in a game over WGN. 6:05 start. And Sunday, Gavin Floyd against Ivan Nova in that game right back here on Comcast Sportsnet.
There's a look at the king-size left-hander.
Line shot right at Carlos. And that's out number 1.
Carlos for an instant lost that ball in the lights. It was hit like a rocket to him and sinking right at him.
So here's Swisher. He's 1 for 3. Led off the 7th with a double. That's the only extra base hit the Yankees have tonight. So just joining us, Sox. Juan Pierre 2 for 4. Couple runs scored. Omar Vizquel 2 for 4. Couple of RBIs, couple of runs scored. Stolen base. There's a strike. Alex Rios, a big RBI single. Stolen base. Paulie kept that first inning going, where we scored 4 runs with a single and a run scored. Count evens at 1. Big 2-run double by AJ in the first inning.
That appears to be the defining hit of the game, all things considered.
One and 2 the count to Swisher. Nine and 1 for us, 2, 5 and 1 for them. Two balls, 2 strikes. Jorge Posada on deck. A.J. wanted it. Stein and Linebrink wanted it. Meanwhile, full count. That ball hit deep in the left field. And it's a 9-4 game. So they thought they had him struck out. And a 2-run homer.
Homer number 23. RBIs at 71 and 72 for Swisher. He goes the opposite way on a ball that was out away. Gets it up in the wind current and takes it way out of the park.
So here's Posada. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Beckham made a good play on him to get him in the second. Then he went out to center in the fourth, struck out in the seventh. Takes a strike. Cincinnati beat the Cubs 7-1 at the Great American Ballpark. And is there strike 2. I mentioned Toronto beating the Tigers 3-2 up in Canada. Texas beats Oakland 7-3 down at Rangers Park.
That was a must series and is a must series for Oakland.
He gone. Check swing. 2 down. So the 38,596, most of which are still here. It has been a lively, enjoyable evening here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field. Blackhawks night. 4 World Championship trophies for the great city of Chicago in the last 25 years. Of course, they didn't have all 6 of the NBA championship trophies. As there's first pitch strike to Granderson, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. That's popped up. And that ball comes down. This ball game will be over. So the Sox come out with Freddie Garcia against A.J. Burnett. Freddie looking to pick up his 11th victory of the season against 5 defeats. He did that. Freddie Garcia, our GMC player of the game, and what a job by Freddie Garcia.
Well, they call him Big Game Freddie, and he picks up his 11th win by keeping the ball pretty much over the plate, making sure that some home run hitters didn't get much of a swing at him. And when you give up only 1 earned run, 2 overall with 5 hits in 7 innings,